Day 32 seems like I keep getting a little bit glitches with my card, but we are walking through some farming communities on the way. I can smell burning firewood. There's a lot more people on the Camino. And
starting earlier though.
Yeah, we're starting like before 11, probably 10:30. So it doesn't feel quite the same. Maybe we're getting a little bit burnt out of being on the Camino ourselves. And you know, where are you from? I think you get, when there's so many people, it's almost like a mute question to keep asking. It's like you're probably looking for the next layer. But I did like our accommodations. We did have to take a just past Fonfria, about 20 minutes. This is the other side of the ridge.
Yo, come over.
These guys have got all day.
This one's got a big hitch. I think it's supposed to be the first one from the first tree.
Tria Castella. Ramil y Azu. Well, it's got a nice painting. Okay, so when you get to this town, three something or other, you've got two directions that you can take. You can go for Samos or por San Gil. We're going to for Samos because that's where we found our accommodations, but they end up at the same place, and one is a little bit longer than the other. So be prepared. There is a split. Samos, 138 kilometers to Santiago. It's funny to be at the lower end instead of at the beginning. There's a somewhat of a, I don't know, sadness maybe, thinking you're coming to an end of an experience, and then you're going to be entering your old reality, and how much anew are you going to bring? All right, the town where the road splits, the trail splits, is Tria Castella. Tria Castella, going direction Samos, 9 clicks. Saria is kind of where all the pilgrims are going to end up starting from, so they could get their Compostela by walking the last 100 kilometers. It's somewhat level. We're on the Samos trail. We're probably about 2 hours from our home. It's a little bit flatter. It's much warmer, not hot, but warmer. And you know, I definitely have a fear that at the beginning of the trail there's like this concept of, you know, I'm gonna make a transformation. And I say, as the clicks go by, and as we're like 150, less than 150 kilometers to Santiago, which is the end. Yeah, you just feels like I'm getting back into my old mindset. I can feel it kind of creeping in. Hard to explain why at the beginning it's almost a more, you have an ethereal, more optimism. I don't know, it's like now you're coming back to reality.
Well, I think the real work is going to happen when you leave Santiago.
Well, you know, I mean, the concern is that, oh, you just had a wonderful experience and that's it, and there is no big personal transformation. You're still the same person, you still got the same problems, you still got the same issues, you still have the same attitudes to the irritants around you. And I don't know, man, maybe it's smaller, like it's not this big, I'm gonna change my life, I'm gonna open up an albergue, and you know, that's not for me. But yeah, I guess I can feel, well, for example, like today, there's a lot more people on the trail, and I found it irritating, and you couldn't connect, and there's, you know, it's like you're getting tired of saying buen camino, hola. It's, I don't know if it's me or whether there are more people on the trail. And as we get into Saria, it's you know, apparently there's going to be bukus of people, like hundreds in front of you, hundreds behind you. I don't know if that'll be the reality, we'll find out. But that's going to put a glitch in the matrix of staying in this cool Zen place, I can tell you. And you know, and I got my rent houses has an issue, and I can feel myself sliding into kind of like this, my reality is coming. You know, as much as you want it to shift and become a new person, boy, I don't know. We'll see. We got 130 kilometers to I do suspect that the shift will be smaller. It's maybe you're just a little bit more chilled. Maybe you're not. Maybe I won't be as anxious or quite so snappy. Maybe it's like that. So I hope I can take that with me.
Yeah, we're going to here today. Ooh, we still got a bit of a ways.
Ay, ay, ay. So now it's about 2:30, and what you don't notice are pilgrims everywhere.
There's nobody.
So we left. We had to leave because we were in Albuquerque, even though it's a private one. They had a 10 a.m. checkout, and there was bukus of people on the trail. And as the Australian fella said, that in Galicia, actually it was the Italian, the Albuquerques, the public Albuquerques don't take reservations. That's like the governance board. And so it's basically first come, first serve. And so you're gonna have a flood of people trying to get in line to the Albuquerque. And so they're gonna be the ones who are gonna be the first on the trail and to try to be the first at the Albuquerque. And certainly you'll have a group of other people that are taking privates, and privates will take reservations. So I think that's part of the phenomena of why people get up early. It's almost like they got this anxiety to hurry up, beat the crowd. And I swear, man, it's not this chill factor.
Yeah, you can kind of feel it.
You definitely feel it. And also people do have trouble getting accommodations. I mean, it is a conversation that's on the top of people's minds. That where you're staying, did you book ahead? We couldn't find any place. They were all booked up. We got there and there was nothing to rent. So, but you know, Melissa, she's booked all the way through to the Camino de Santiago.
And I have been for probably 10 days to 2 weeks. Maybe.
Yeah, so it's more than doable to do it. And
it hasn't, and it didn't, I mean, it was a chore, but it didn't, I tried to stay with that concept of that there is enough. I really wanted to, because it's something that I want to learn from this, is that I don't need to hoard, I don't need to worry, there is enough. And I can find ways to pivot to make this work for us. And we did that, and you know, it's a big comment. We've even talked about it a lot on this little vlog. But yeah, so we start tomorrow, we get to Saria, and then that's where everybody's talking about that so many more pilgrims will start in Saria. I think a lot of young people, especially Spaniards, come, and I think they get some sort of like special thing on their resumes or something if they finish the Camino, which is officially the last 100 kilometers. That's how you get your Compostela.
so that's why there's lots of people
Yeah.
starting in Saria, because you can do 100 kilometers, get your Compostela stamp, and not start at St. John and do the arduous 30-40 day hike.
Yeah, and so one of the things that we've done that has kept us where we have less people around, I think that's worked for us, is being able to, starting later, starting at noon and then walking until, and doing our day and taking a break midway. So it's like 2:30 going on 3 o'clock now. And so my strategy, what I'm kind of throwing out to Raymond, is once we start off from Saria, why don't we just get started even later and go and have coffee at noon and just kind of hang out. Maybe he could do a painting in the town wherever we are, and then get started around 2, and everybody will be settled into their places by then, and the Camino will be ours. So that's kind of what we're thinking. And then I'll just send a little message to our accommodations that, hey, it may be later when we arrive because we got started late.
Well,
Thinking about
we also do have luggage transport, and so the accommodations will have received our luggage well
So they
before.
know we're coming.
Yeah, well before we ever arrive. So at any rate, even we're still thinking, how do we strategize? And
Yeah, to make it more peaceful.
yeah, I think it's just gotten too popular, and
It's peaceful now. Feels good.
yeah, it's nice. It's a nice little breeze coming through.
Yeah, this has been a pleasant walk today.
Yeah, it was a little bit busy. A little bit busy at the beginning. I do get a little, I don't know. It feels like it's like rush hour too much. It's hard to connect when you have that many people. It doesn't feel special, unique. It's like a common thing that everybody's doing. So maybe that's part of it. Well, I think this part of the trail hugs the roadway. I guess just as well. I dread the idea of going up and down a mountain.
It's not too busy though. I mean, like,
Yeah, this is the trail about 2 hours from Sara, or our accommodations for tonight. Some of it follows the road, then it gets off, and it goes through this little country trail, which is nice. It's still a schlep. I mean, it's a long day, and I'm beginning to feel it. Like the last 2 hours, more so about the last 30 minutes, really. Ouch. Like dinosaur back.
yeah, what is that?
I think it's just a way to lock in the tiles, the slate. It's an odd San Martino. Just this odd little cropping. Well, 30 minutes from Samos. Just before Samos. We're beat. It's true. The Camino is our own. Nobody's out here, but whew, it's a long schlep today. Samos. Let's see what it looks like from here. Oh, is that cute?
It's really cute. I think that must be the monastery.
Oh,
Yeah, that's really pretty.
man. This is the entrance into Saria. Sama. Like Sama.
Cute. Looks like it needs to be revived.
It's like
That
a
would make a cute bed and breakfast. It's like Kippy.
oh man, this is really cute. This is really neat. Yeah, I wouldn't mind flying. Boy, I don't feel comfortable here in a public place. No.
Yeah, it's on the other side of the monastery.
Oh no. Sama.
Come on, man.
Hey, let's do this thing. Pretty good. How about you? La vida bueno? I don't know. I think so. Tú, deme una ride ayer. Mi ángel. Mi ángel. ¿Te quedarse aquí esta noche? Well, Melissa. think I'm gonna. Look at that.
It's nice that the road just went right through it. That guy was like going fast.
Yeah. I didn't check the time.